We would also like to ask our Scoutmaster, Chris Ward, to give rank patches to the Scouts. To earn second class, the Scout must learn how to use a map and compass, how and when to build a campfire, and to safely use pocket knives and wood tools. Second class Scouts have proven their abilities in camping, first aid, swimming, and other Scout skills. So,
Alright, so would Brody Callahan, Josh Stone, and Matt Lurch please come forward? So these four boys have successfully completed a board review, and they have been recommended to advance to second class. Brody, congratulations. Stand fast. Josh, congratulations. Mac, congratulations. Now, I want y'all to turn around, face the camera, and let Miss Tina get a picture of y'all.
Ryan, you gotta help me, man. Ryan, you gotta help me.
who's after you? Who's after you?
Man, there's squirrels. There's flying ones, there's little skinny ones, there's great ones, I got the antlered ones.
What's wrong? Why?
They think I'm nuts!
Oh, it's okay. Go sit down. So, as you earn your star rank, you have more freedom to choose the directions that interest you. The focus shifts from basic Scout skills to earning the first 6 merit badges you will need for Eagle. Requirements now include service to others. The star rank also requires the Scout to be active in his troop for at least 4 months. Of course, you may take longer if you wish. In addition, the Star Scout must serve his troop in a position of leadership for at least 4 months and take part in at least one service project.
Would Noah Stone and Destin Hart please come forward? So, this is really the last rank where it's easy. From this point forward, it's going to get harder to earn life, and it's going to get much harder to earn Eagle. So it's going to require even more work than what you've done at this point. Okay, and I want to say that to y'all because I want y'all to understand that you're going to have, there's stuff you're going to have to do and a lot of tasks you're going to have to complete, and there's a lot of merit badges to earn in order to make it to life, and to make it to Eagle, it's a total of 21, right? 13 required, and the rest are electives, I believe, and that's what the new standard is. So, Noah, congratulations on Star. Destin, congratulations on Star. Turn around, get your picture. Once she takes the picture, don't move. All right, now, it is also customary, don't turn around, that Troop 180 keeps a book. It's basically Book of Honor, BSA Troop 180, Gary County, Kentucky. It started way before me. Steve, was it started before you, or was it with you?
Started before me.
Okay, so the very first entry in here under Star Scout is dated 3/20/2001. So that's 17 years ago. But what we ask the boys to do is, there's a lot of names on this page, right, for Star Scout. There's a lot of names. But as you go deeper into the book, we ask them to sign the life page and the names of the class. And then, finally, there's an Eagle page, and again the names of the class. So what I challenge Noah and Dustin at this time is on this page right here, under Eagle, I'd like to see your all's names. Okay, that's That's what I would like to see. Is that what y'all want? No. Okay. So, if you all will sign under Star Scout, first name, last name, and today's date is 10/1/2018. Okay. Congratulations. Congratulations. So, this isn't on Ryan's agenda, but I'd like to recognize Ryan Ward. He was elected at summer camp as the senior patrol leader for Troop 180. Ryan's a Life Scout, and he's working on his Eagle, and he has to be in a leadership position for 6 months. So, at some point, we need to elect an assistant senior patrol leader. All right, we'll do that tonight, but that needs to be on the agenda. All right, Ryan? Congratulations. I expect to see that so on. Does this water bottle belong to anybody?
Wait, what are you doing right now, Dad?
I'm not. I'm
What are you doing?
disseminating information.
You are.
You're saying announcements.
No, you are.
Announcements.
This belongs to somebody. This went home with James Blankenship. I believe he acquired it on the ATV track. Does it belong to anybody?
Lifeline water bottle, have a sticker on
I
it.
think so.
No.
I didn't see a single one.
No?
You might just pick it up out of somebody else.
Okay, so we're gonna add this to our prize collection over here.
All right.
That's number 9. Alright, what's after announcement? After this? So, I don't have anything other to convey, other than right now we're in the middle of property sales. There is still a little bit of popcorn up in the storage building, so if some of y'all have already sold all your popcorn and you feel like you need more, see Chris Hart, there's a little bit left up there, not a lot, a little bit. Chris Hart, do you know the deadline for turning popcorn back in?
Yeah, it's the, 29th, it's the week of Halloween.
Okay, so if you still have popcorn
29th.
on the 29th, you have 2 choices. You can either pay Chris Hart with a check or money, cash, whatever, of the
The Troop
difference.
180.
The Troop 180. Yeah, we don't want to make her bank account any bigger than that. So, you can pay her and you can keep the popcorn. Or, if you don't want to do that, you got to turn your popcorn back in so that we can then load it up and take it back to council so that way we get credit for it. So, all you boys sitting out there, October 29th, right?
We need to have it at the Scout store that day.
That's kind of like a target date. So if you are sitting here going, I'll sell it tomorrow, I'll sell it next week, I'll get to it. I'm going to tell you right now, you're never going to get it sold. Okay? It won't happen. That's called procrastination. That is one of the worst traits a human being can possibly have, and that is putting something off till tomorrow. Don't put it off. Get it done. And that goes with anything you do in your life. Don't ever sit back and just wait for either somebody else to do it for you or think you'll do it on a different day.
because chances are you won't. And successful people don't procrastinate. They get it done as soon as it comes to them. I personally don't like things hanging over my head, right? Because it's like a weight bearing down on your shoulders. You know, if you've got a book report due at school and you keep putting that off, that's a weight on your shoulders because you know you got to get it done, but you're not doing it. But as soon as you get that done, you can move on to other things. You can do things that you didn't want to do. You can do things that are more fun, right? So part of being a Boy Scout is earning your way. Part of being a young man and growing up and moving out of the house and away from your parents requires you to earn your own way. Not only for you, but someday you all are all going to be married, hopefully. Someday you're going to have sons of your own. And you're going to be required to have a job and earn money in order to pay for those so that they can have things that they need, right? A house, food, gasoline for your car, all those things that require you to work and earn your way. And that's what this popcorn does. There's not very many people out here that would hire a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old boy and be willing to pay them $20 an hour. I know I wouldn't. Steve, would you?
Nope.
Nope, not going to happen. But the potential when you're selling popcorn is there for you to earn $20 an hour. You have that potential. I've seen it done on many different times. So just remember, once you reach the $675 threshold and you reach the maximum percentage that you can possibly get, basically a third of every dollar that you, or let's just do this, 28 cents is the 28% is the maximum. So 28 cents of every dollar you sell goes in your Scout account. That's what it boils down to. Okay? That's a pretty good percentage for selling pop. And it doesn't require much of a skill set. You just got to be able to talk to people and say the spiel, right? If you stick to the script, say the spiel, I promise you can sell popcorn. So, that's announcements. I said it, but don't say anything. We are going to go the second week in December right now is what we're planning. Me and Chris Lang have been talking. We're planning an outing to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. It's going to be a weekend outing. We're going to leave on Friday, go up Friday, camp out Friday night. It'll be like a backpacking trip. You'll pack very light. You'll sleep in tents. We'll do one-pot meals. We'll probably eat on the way going up. We'll cook. We really won't cook breakfast, but we will eat breakfast, and we'll go over to Wright-Patt Air Force Base, go to the museum all day. You'll need money for that because we're going to eat lunch inside the museum in the cafeteria. Then the museum closes at 5. We go back to the campground or wherever it is we work out that we can camp.
Looks like probably the camera. Probably one days.
And we'll cook dinner that night. It'll be a one-pot meal, just like we do on backpacking trips, just like we've done so many times. Some of us have done so many times. For those of you that haven't, it'll be a new experience. But it's what's coming, right? It's what's coming. It's the direction that you all are hopefully headed, is the way we cook and clean and do all that kind of stuff. We'll get up Sunday morning. We'll go back to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base because I guarantee we won't get done on Saturday. It's too big. And then we will leave sometime around noon on Sunday and make the journey back here to the church. So that's what's planned for December. That's all I got.
Okay, so Noah has got his moment to share about scouting this summer.
So I'm going to talk about the 2018 Philmont experience. Woohoo! Yeah. So the experience began in August of last. Yeah, about August last year. We went hiking in Buckeye to get the idea of what backpacking is all about for the new guys. And I thought it was hard then, but it got harder. Our first official prep hike was Red River Gorge. We thought it was going to be easy, and then we got a blizzard. So that was cool. Hypothermia is always fun. And then so we went straight from getting snowed on to hiking the Appalachian Trail, a section of it about 51, 52 miles. That was probably one of my favorite trips I've ever done scouting. We met a bunch of not prep hikers, through hikers that through hiked the whole 2,300 some miles, and it's pretty cool. Heard stories getting snowed on a little bit more than we did in River Gorge. So then we went Pine Mountain. We were told it was going to be a little bit easier than AT, and it wasn't. It was just this the whole way, up and down. It was great. Got sick a couple times. Not me, but somebody. Yeah. And the last prep hike was Mishamakwa. That was pretty fun. Just 2 days on the trail. Just overnight. We got to see that. What was it called? The settlement. Hensley settlement. That was pretty cool. It's abandoned now. It would be cooler if it was still running. And then so it was time to go to Philmont, and then it burnt down a little bit. We thought we were still going to be able to go, but postponed. And we were still like, okay, we're still going to go to Philmont. And it burned down again. So we were like, well, what are we going to do? So we found a couple trips we could do. We could either do a canoe trip, go on a different part of the Saba River, or we could go to Summit and do an ATV trip. And so obviously we picked the ATV trip. And that was pretty fun. Our instructors are pretty cool. Fabio 1, Fabio 2.
Papa John.
So we just learned the basics of ATV riding, did some trail riding, it was pretty fun, did a service project. It doesn't officially count as a 50 miler, but I hope it eventually will. That was a pretty fun trip. Still hoping to go to Philmont in 2020, hopefully. That's all I got. Thank you.
So now at this time, will Steve Goddard come up with his Friends of Scouting presentation.
So for some of you guys that don't know who I am, I serve the Boy Scouts in a couple of different capacities. So I work with Chris, we do a lot of the high adventure stuff. We work with some of the older boys in this troop, and then one of my other major responsibilities is that I work with all the Eagle Scout candidates, the Life Scouts that are going to Eagle, and then ultimately complete their board review for Garrett and Madison counties. So I have an opportunity to work with a lot of different troops, a lot of different scouts, and I can honestly say that Boy Scout, or Troop 180, does it right when it comes to preparing their scouts to be an Eagle. So they do a very good job here. Chris Lang, Tony, all the other leaders, Zach, who's not here, they do a terrific job of preparing these guys to go on to that final level of Eagle Scout. And then also, in my other role is that I do fundraising for the Friends of Scouting campaign, and that's what we're here to talk about tonight. So I've got a special group of Boy Scouts here that are going to help me, the Buckeye Gang. I guess that's what they name themselves. So these are all scouts that live in Buckeye, and they're going to hand out a pledge card to all of the families here. And I'm going to talk just a little bit about what this is for here in just a second. But first of all, I'd like to make a presentation to Ryan and the group. So for every troop or Cub Scout pack that allows me to come in and talk about the Friends of Scouting, there's a ribbon that would go on the flag. So Ryan, if you want to step up and get the ribbon, I don't know if you want the ceremony to put that up there now, but thank you for letting me participate.
Is Lion taller than me? Lion, sit up here.
Come on.
So as we're making that installation, I just want to talk a little bit about the Bluegrass Council. It services 55 central and eastern counties in Kentucky. In 2017, at the end of the year, there were 6,600 youth that were participating in scouting through the Bluegrass Council. 6% of all youth that are available to be serviced by the Boy Scouts of America were involved in scouting in those areas. And then the council also operates Camp McKee, which most of our scouts, from 2.80, participated in a program there this year. And some of them many times, right? James and Austin, you guys been to Camp McKee how many times this year?
At least 10.
At least 10, okay. And so, I mean, it's a pretty big place. They've got a lot of things going on there, lake, shooting range. They've got climbing towers, all that stuff, right? They gotta have a full-time ranger, somebody that lives there all the time to take care of the facility and maintain it. And then this last year, there were 128 Eagle Scouts that were promoted to that rank in the council. There are about 2,150 adult leaders that participate in scouting, and the council had 225 different packs, troops, posts, and crews this past year, at the end of the year. And so what your contribution to the Friends of Scouting would provide is it certainly helps open up that access to the camp opportunities and the properties that the Boy Scouts have available to them. The Service Center that covers all those costs for the Service Center. Council activities, council scholarships. Some of our scouts, don't make enough money to pay for their entire program at Camp McKee every year, so we apply for scholarships. Chris does a good job of working that in to make sure that everybody can participate. And then it has a strong unit support with the support staff. They do a lot of training. I know Tony, I want to recognize him tonight, so Tony, if you want to stand up. Tony just went through one of the biggest, or the most major adult leadership training programs, and he's still working on some projects there, but he finished the second weekend of Wood Badge, which is it's difficult, right? And they put these guys into patrols, and they work through issues, and they come together as a team, just like a troop would. So Tony's done a really good job of that. I'm awful proud of him, and hopefully all of you are too, so let's give him a round of applause. So with that was held at Camp McKee, and they don't have a lot of professional staff that works on that program, but they developed that program and some of those materials that are used at Wood Badge and some of the adult training programs through the Friends of Scouting as well. And so, there's also insurance coverage that's provided by, the donations. And so here tonight, we're going to talk to you a little bit about what